with yellow, brown cut crease with a little bit of red in there, and then I'm wearing a red lip. And on my lips, I'm wearing a Exaggerate lip liner, and this is by Rimmel, and the color is called Red Diva. And then on my lips, I'm wearing a Rimmel lipstick called Temptation. But let's get started. I've already primed my lid using the primer. This is the one that came from Hot Topic. The very next thing I'm going to do is use the 24/7 Glide On Pencil by Urban Decay. And I'm going to go up into my waterline and just place it right there on the top and the bottom. Okay. You should have a look that looks like that. Okay. The very next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a, where is it? Oh, there it is. A fluffy blending brush, and this is the one by Elf. I don't know why I said Belf. And it looks like this. Mine's paint chipping. And I'm going to use the 120 palette. And I'm going to go in the brown color down here. And I'm going to start with the crease color. I want to take that and I want to blend it. Okay. Then I'm going to take a little bit more and blend it. And you want this pretty high up here. You should have a look that looks like that. Doesn't look perfect, but it's blendable. Then I'm going to go into the brownish red color that's right beside of that brown. And this is almost like a light brick color. And I'm just going to mix it into that. Kind of giving it a reddish color. Okay. You should have something that looks like that. And I'm going to take just a little bit more of that brown. I'm going to place it right there. Okay. And that's what that should look like. So you put your blending brush aside. Then I'm going to use a brush. This is the bedhead brush, and it is the VIP brush. And I'm going to take a creamy shade, tap away the excess, and I'm going to blend this up and down into there. These colors blend nicely. And you should have a look that looks like that. And when you have that look, I'm going to take a brush like this. And this is the Elf Professional Eye Brush. This is the one that came out of one of those sets I got. And I'm going to go and I'm going to use this orange color right here and place some of that on the brush, And I'm going to start patting that all over my lid. And I know you were probably thinking at the beginning, like, why in the world did she put her eyeliner on first? But the reason being is I didn't want to have to go back and do it after I place the eyeshadow where it goes. Sometimes I do that because it fills in like the waterline. But anyway, I'm going to take the applicator part and I'm going to go into a yellow shade. And you could pick up any kind of yellow you want that you have. And I'm just going to place that into there. And then I'm going to take the side with the orange and blend it into there. And then I'm going to, you should have a look that looks like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take the blending brush that I had the brown on, and I'm just going to go underneath here, just blending the brick color around the bottom. And you should have a look that looks like that. And the very last thing I'm going to do, besides my mascara, is I'm going to use a liquid liner. And I'm using Urban Decay's liner, and this one is called Precession. I guess it would help if I got my mirror a little bit more. It would help me a little bit more. And then you want a thick line that looks like that. And then you're going to go on your outer corner right here and flick that up like that. And then you're going to take it and bring it in and then fill it in. And you should have a look that looks like that. And I noticed I flicked it out a little bit more on that side, so your options are adding more or taking some away. But I decided to add more because I didn't bring any Q-tips in here, so that's fine. But anyway, you should have a look that looks like that. And that's what that should look like. And the very last thing I'm going to do is my mascara. And I'm using the Great Lash. But anyway, this is the Aries inspired tutorial, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you comment, rate, and subscribe. And I hope this one turned out a lot better than the other one. But anyway, I think it did, in my opinion. I really like it a lot. I've noticed that over the past year or more that I've learned a little bit more about makeup, even though I'm not an expert. But anyway, finish your face any way you want. You don't have to have this 120 palette, even though that's what I used. Any colors you have that are similar to duplicate this look, you can. But anyway, I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.